Alex, do not forget, tomorrow at 7 a.m. we have the board meeting.
Brother, how are you? Tonight after work, we go party!
Perfect.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode from Between Four Eyes with us here on Rich Mindset. So today we'll talk about one simple thing, the power between saying yes or the wisdom of saying no. What is more important and how you can figure it out. Keep tuned and you will see how successful people do this. So everybody around you wants something from you. That is the workplace, that is school, or people around you. They need you, they need your time. And sometimes they want it so bad, or there are so many that you don't have time for you and yourself. And what do you do in this situation? Is really important. You need to know how to prioritize when you have to say yes or when you have to say no. So, which one of them will you choose? The power of saying yes or the wisdom of saying no? So, a lot of you are saying yes or saying no only out of respect, or maybe you want to please everybody. But is this really what you need in your life? Is this really what will bring something in your long-term or short-term plans? Before we go forward, we're gonna give you some stories from successful people that they took a decision of yes or no, and maybe they got something or they lost something out of this situation. First one is Mark Zuckerberg. You already know him. He's the founder and CEO of Facebook. But how many of you do know that Mark had an offer to sell Facebook when he was still in college? He was offered $1 million to sell it to another person. And what did Mark do? He took a decision. He said no. Why? Because he understood what power Facebook will have. He believed in his dream and he knew that one day Facebook will change lives. So this is a good example of saying no in the right moment.
What is the new mission of Facebook?
So our new mission is to bring the world closer together. And for the last decade, our mission has been to make the world more open and connected. And we've been really focused on these ideas, giving everyone a voice and helping to connect people, especially with their friends and family. And I think those are really good things, and we're going to keep doing them. All right, we're definitely not done with that mission yet. But now, I just feel like we have a responsibility to do more in the world, right? I mean, when you look at the world today, giving people a voice and helping people connect are good, and they've made the world better in a lot of ways.
The second story, it's about Ray Kroc. I think you already know him, but what most of you don't know is that McDonald's was not invented by him. It was invented by two brothers called actually McDonald's. And Ray Kroc was just a salesman who saw the vision behind this little store who did food not only fast, but in this moment when you need it. So the brothers said yes to Kroc to help them, and that was a poor decision because they were going to lose everything they worked for. This is a good example of saying yes in a bad moment.
Kroc was 52 years old. He had seen thousands of restaurants before, but nothing like this. But when he discussed the idea with Dick and Mac, they told him they weren't interested in doing it themselves.
Well, I said, why don't you get somebody to do it? They said, well, we don't know anybody who want to do it. I said, well, how about me? He said, do you want to bother with it? I said, sure.
Kroc signed a contract that gave him the exclusive right to sell the McDonald Brothers method.
Our third example is Steve Jobs. I'm almost sure that you know Steve Jobs and the story behind him. Almost everybody saw his movie. But the thing is, what happened? Steve did not accept to take the new managing director. What if Steve did everything as he did? Would he founded Next? Would he got fired? Would he founded iPhone or only Apple? So this is a question of yes or no, was a good or a bad decision. Maybe he lost a lot in a short term. He won more than everything in a long term. So guys, the decision was a good one.
So at 30, I was out. and very publicly out. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar, and fell in love with an amazing woman who would become my wife. Pixar went on to create the world's first computer-animated feature film, Toy Story, and is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next, and I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed at Next is at the heart of Apple's current renaissance. And Lorene and I have a wonderful family together.
And our fourth example is Jack Ma. I don't know if everybody knows him, but he's the founder of Alibaba. Alibaba is the Asian version of Amazon. He got so many no's that you cannot know. He was even rejected from KFC. He had no chance of doing anything. And he got no, one after the other, more and many. How many of you would have quitted already? Jack didn't take no for an answer. Jack called again and again and again. And after a couple of years, Jack founded Alibaba, and now he's one of the most and top paid CEOs in the entire world. So guys, we're not talking about only yes or no to say it, but we're talking about yes or no in receiving it. How good are you in receiving yes or no?
My jobs, 30 times, got rejected.
It was so difficult at that time. I was so frustrated because I taught in the university. My pay was $10 a month because I could not find a good job. In 1994, discussed that I'm going to do something called internet, and 23 of them against it. They said, this is a stupid idea. We have never heard about internet, and you know nothing about computer. And I never thought I was smart. Nobody believed that I could be successful because everybody say, well, this guy think differently, think crazily, you know, they think about something never work.
So guys, what have we learned from these 4 examples? Saying yes or receiving yes, saying no or receiving no, it's a big decision. Are you ready to take this decision in a snap of time? Or aren't you? Are you going to learn something for these 4 examples? Or are you going to do the same mistakes that many of our successful people today or in the past have done? Exactly, this is why we are here on Rich Mindset, to walk you through or give you some examples that may help you in your near or far future to take the best decision that will make you a successful person. So guys, if you are invited to a party at 22 o'clock after a hard working day, and tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. you have a meeting that you have to be so you can promote your career, that is a definitely of this example. Okay? But if Gary Vaynerchuk, and I'm most sure that a lot of you know him, will offer you to work for him 2 years without getting paid, I'm sure that 99% of you will say no, because you are not getting paid now. But why don't you think of what you can gain, not now, but in a long time? Because Gary Vee already did it. Gary Vee already achieved what you are dreaming of. So what if Gary Vee into these 2 years will bring you the value and the advice that you need, that after you will start your business successfully and without mistake? Did you ever thought that value here is more important than value here?
Find 2 people who are worth a year that are willing to work for $14 an hour. Because you might have to pay minimum wage. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, I'm for sure scared to ask people to work for free.
Here's why. Let me tell. I know. Let me tell you the secret of why I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna pay them back more. And I know I'm capable of. And I know that if I wasn't capable of, I would die to the end. Yeah. Like if this went bankrupt because there was fraud going on, and I owed a lot of $6 of them, well, that's what I would work on until I would start up again. I do stuff for free. I'm doing stuff for free constantly. I'm doing this meeting. The fuck is this meeting for me?
So guys, how you can do this is really easy. You have to prioritize what you need or do not need. And we have 3 categories. The first one is I must have it, or I must do it. The second one is, maybe it will be good for me. And the third one is, I should definitely not do it. These are the three categories that you have to order and prioritize into your life. And how do you know if it's good or not? That's really easy. Our advice to you is find yourself a mentor, as mine is Les Brown. And think in the moment when you have to take a decision about yes or no, what would Les Brown do if he was in my shoes? And think for a second what your mentor would do in that moment. And why I'm saying this is really easy, because that person that you think is your mentor, or you decide is your mentor, already achieved or took those steps that you need to take to be on the next level.
Align yourself with powerful people. Align yourself with people that can encourage you, people that can empower you, people that you can learn from, people that you can grow from. That's very important. See, if you have people around you that can contribute to your growth. When I wanted to become a speaker, I joined the National Speakers Association. I wanted to be around the Dr. Norman Vincent Peales, the Zig Ziglars, the Dwayne Dyers. I wanted to be around people that were doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn from them. And you want to do that too. You want to align yourself with people who think like you, people who dream like you, people who want more out of life, people that are stretching and searching and seeking some higher ground in life. As opposed to the majority of people. Somebody said, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. And so you don't want to be on the bottom.
But I don't have a mentor, you say. It's no problem. We only have solution. If you don't have a mentor, then think of the first answer that is coming into your mind. Let's say you want to say yes. And then think what will happen if you say yes on a short period or in a long period. Like for example, Steve Jobs. He said yes, not thinking in what will happen in a short amount of time. He didn't know. He didn't know what is going to happen in a long amount of time. But in the end, everything worked out for the best. But are you certain it will happen the same way for you? So guys, if you want to say yes, think what yes will bring you in a short amount of time. Let's say my friend will invite me to a party, although tomorrow morning I have a really important meeting to attend to. In a short amount of time, you will have fun. You'll have the relaxation that you need. And maybe it will bring some value to your life by getting to know a beautiful girl. But what will happen in the long amount of time? Maybe you will not be able to wake up tomorrow morning. Maybe you'll miss the meeting. Maybe in this meeting you can have a good idea that will promote you. But you went partying last night. So guys, you have to prioritize what is important for you and what you can achieve. Is more important for you to have a beautiful girlfriend or to promote your career? That is a decision that only you can take. And nobody, as well as us, here on Rich Mindset, could not determine for you. You have to know for yourself what is best and what you want to achieve for you now and in the future. So guys, those two tips will bring value into your life if you already know what is important for you. So the first advice that I have to give you is make a list of what you want to achieve, define your dreams, define your goals, and after that, every single time when you have to take a decision between yes or no, think a minute. Will it bring value into my life?
Perfect. Boom!